And I mean, I'm not meeting you, I'm recording you. Turning on my mic. Hopefully it works. See, there's moving to the device. It's good for Cocoa Puff. I'll teach like this. Sorry, I might spit on you, future. All right, everybody. I think we're ready to do the thing. Good job getting yourselves in here and being really kind with making space for each other. I was just telling somebody that I sent away. This is the very first time that I've ever had to send people away because there's not space. So hopefully this doesn't happen too often. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but I know it's not like a good feeling to show up and be like, there's not a spot for me. So hopefully this won't happen often. I think it's maybe the New Year's and me, obviously. No, I'm just kidding. What was I gonna say? Let's see. So tomorrow I have my remembrance offering here at 7 p.m. I kept that one at 33 people, and I think we've got like 38 people in here or something like that right now. So it won't be this full. It will be full, but not this full. It's sold out. And then there's a few other things happening tomorrow. Scott Moore has his 9 to 11 class. He didn't have people sign up, so it may be a situation similar to this, just warning you. But 9 to 11 tomorrow is with Scott Moore. It's like a soft flow into yoga nidra and with like some sort of New Year's breath ritual, he said. And then tomorrow also, James is teaching his regular class at 5 p.m. Core Restore. And then I have my thing at 7. So yes, I think that's really all. Those of you who come to my class on a regular basis, you might already know this, but I'm heading to Peru on Thursday for my Peru retreat for a couple of weeks. So I'll be back on the 18th. I have all of my classes subbed, so they'll still be happening, but I won't be teaching them. But I have awesome subs, and yeah, I'll be back on the 18th, which is a Thursday night, and I am teaching my class that night, not in the morning. So just throwing that out there. Before we get started, any special announcements of your own or questions or concerns? Okay. All right. Let's just do the thing then. So I'm going to actually have you guys start on your backs today. Get a little bit of grounding. So go ahead. And if you want to move before settling in, it might feel good to move a little. It might feel good to stretch. Might feel good to hug your knees in. Is Ruby out there? No, Ruby's here. Ruby, come get on your bed up here. All right, so eventually, friends, just come into any position that feels comfortable. So maybe you're in Shavasana. Maybe you've got your feet on the ground with your knees bent, feet together, knees apart. And then everyone bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And either close your eyes, or if you don't like closing your eyes, just keep them open to a softer, lower gaze. And then let's just take 3 big deep breaths together to kind of drop in. So with your next inhalation, fill up as big as you possibly can. And take a moment to hold at the top in fullness. Maybe even an extra sip if you can. And then open your mouth and big sigh. Ah. Very nice. 2 more like that. Inhale, fill up. You might even visualize your breath in some way. See it moving into every little space, out into your fingers, down into your toes. When you're ready, just great big sigh to release. Ah, good job. One more, just like that. Huge inhale. And see if you can feel not just your chest, not just your ribs, but even your low belly, your low back expand with this in-breath. So feel all the way up. When you think you're full, that extra sip if you want it. And then when you're ready, just big sigh. Good job, friends. So seal your lips and start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. Start to connect with your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And as you connect with your breath, here is my New Year's invitation for you. So many times we set an intention for our new year. And today, since it's our last day of 2023, my invitation for you is to actually think of some part of yourself that you are wanting to let go of, some part of yourself maybe you don't like, some part of yourself maybe you feel like you have to hide or push down or suppress. You don't want anyone to know it's even there. So connect with a part of yourself that you don't like to acknowledge, perhaps. And my invitation for you, rather than trying to get rid of this part of yourself during this class, is to allow this part of yourself to be felt more, to connect with this place inside of yourself even more, get more intimate, more familiar. So if it's a part of you that's angry, maybe you just give yourself space to feel into that anger during your practice, to let it be held with your loving awareness. So this practice, it's not about getting rid of, it's about getting closer to those parts that we're ready to let go of. So as you focus in on this part, maybe you can somehow kind of whittle it down to one word, something that makes sense or resonates just for you. And see if you can get curious about where you feel this in your body. Is it in your belly? Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat? Is it down in your legs? What does it feel like? What color is it? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it dark? Is it spacious? And just allowing yourself to hold this part without trying to get rid of it, push it down, hide it. Just feeling it even more, connecting with it even more. And just like we did before, take one great, big, huge inhale and invite this part of you to have all the space inside of you. Fill up with it. And then when you're ready, big open mouth sigh, and just like you're softening externally, relaxing externally, outwardly. Ah. Good job. So keep the awareness of this part of you and come back to your Ujjayi breath. And just draw your knees in towards your belly. And start to rock gently from side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage against the ground. And you can keep your knees together, absolutely. Or if you'd rather, maybe you bring your knees apart, take your knees apart and kind of move them around in different directions. You could draw hearts with your knees. You could circle them outwardly. And then eventually, friends, with awareness of the space around you, let's try for a supine spinal twist over to the right. So knees over to your right. And if you need to adjust your body at all, feel free. Left arm might extend out to the left, or cactus with your left arm against the ground. You can also reach your left fingertips to grab your left shoulder and just use your left elbow to extend out. Breathe all the way down into your belly and feel your big deep breath. So Ujjayi breath. See if you can fire it up. It's harder, I think, to breathe deep sometimes when we're laying down. And it's also harder to breathe deep when we're twisted. So see if you can still use that gentle effort behind your breath to fill up, to expand, inflate, and then exhale all the way to emptiness every single time. As you're ready, friends, slowly come back to center, and you can take a moment to neutralize. Maybe give your knees a little squeeze or rock it out. And then eventually take your knees over to the left side. Take your bolsters out of the way. We don't use this. All right, so once you're there, feel free to make any adjustments needed. I'm getting bolsters out of the way if that's okay. We don't use bolsters in this class. If you want one for your Shavasana, I'll bring one to you for Shavasana. So just to get them out of the way, they're everywhere. No, you're all good. All right, friends. So when you feel pretty much even on both sides, slowly come back to center. And then draw your knees in one more time. Hug them in, rock it out. Sorry, Mary Jo, I don't know. And then from here, friends, we're gonna meet up on hands and knees. So you can get there any way you want, or maybe you rock and roll a few times along your spine. Eventually rock up, cross your ankles and bring your hands to the ground in front of you. You might need to crawl back a little bit so you're nice and centered on your mat. And once you're on hands and knees, just start to explore in your own way. So if you come to my class very often, you're familiar with this. It's intuitive movement. Just move the way your body wants to move. There's no right or wrong. Good. So maybe big hip circles, maybe child's pose it out for a few breaths. See if you can get out of your own head. So yes, there are people everywhere, but this is about you. Close your eyes, go into your own body. What would feel interesting right now? How does your spine want to move? Is there any way you can move through your arms that you didn't even realize? So I lately have been playing around with moving my elbows and my shoulders in different ways rather than in the same way on both sides every time. So really get curious. And then no rush, but eventually we'll find our way back to downward facing dog. So in your own time and even in your own way, downward facing dog is our eventual destination, let's say in about 3 to 5 rounds. Once you are back in down dog, same thing, just feel around, just explore. Pedal out your heels, shift your weight from side to side. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. So in dog pose, especially this first one, the goal is not to get your feet flat on the ground or your legs completely straight. See if you can find instead length through your spine. So if it helps to bend your knees a lot, bend your knees a lot. And then lift your hips up and back. Imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling up and tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. See if you can feel your breath still, big, spacious, slow, steady. It's holding and supporting you here. Take just one more round. And then at the end of your exhale, start to crawl your hands all the way back. So hands to the back of your yoga mat until you find yourself in a forward fold. So eventually all the weight will be in your feet, little or big bend in your knees. And I would invite you to bring your feet a little bit wider for this first fold. It'll just give your hips and your pelvis more space. So maybe hips width distance apart, maybe even wider than that, but make sure all of your toes face directly forward. And again, I would rather see a big bend in your knees. So maybe everybody for a moment, bend your knees a lot. And when you bend your knees, see if now you can relax your neck, let your head hang heavy. Now focus on using your core and imagine that invisible rope. It's tugging straight up towards the ceiling. So see if you can lift your butt higher and get your legs a little straighter, but keep your neck relaxed. Keep the crown of your head pointing towards the ground. Big breaths into back body and all the way down the backs of your legs. You can bounce, you can bob, you can sway. Maybe horse lips, buzz your lips, relax all those muscles in your face. Yeah, next time you inhale, friends, halfway lift position. So spine nice and long, get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, bow, fold, let it go. Do that again, halfway lift. really stick your butt out and reach forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold. Nice, Alex. This time, we'll take it all the way up. So come through your halfway lift and continue to rise. Arms reach up. Inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. All right, flow with your breath for a moment. Inhale, high mountain. Since we don't have a lot of space, you might bring your hands to your third eye center, prayer position, and exhale, slow dive all the way down. You can reach your arms forward as well, like you're painting the front wall. Halfway lift as you breathe in, lengthen out. Feel all that strength and length in your back body. Exhale, fold, bow, release. Good job, friends. Good breathing. Press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way back up. So bending your knees might be really helpful. Arms reach up, stretch tall, and hands to heart center. Let's take that one more time. Perhaps try closing your eyes. Feel from the inside. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow dive. Stick your butt out. Big bend in your knees might help a lot. I really wish people would bend their knees more in yoga. Halfway lift position. Inhale. Yes, exhale, let it go, fold. From the press of your feet, connect to your center, lead with your heart, back to standing. Arms stretch, grow tall. Hands to heart, nice, Andrea, reconnect with you. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. And then this time, grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Turn your left palm to face towards the windows. And then up and over like a crescent moon with your body. More weight in your left foot. So if you want to, you can even reach your right tiptoes out to the right. Stay really rooted into the inner edge of your left foot. Yes, so good. And then see if you can keep your shoulder plugged in. So left shoulder back and down, plugged into the socket. One more big breath. Beautiful. Back to center. Inhale. Switch your grip. So grab your right wrist and then other side. More weight in right foot. So hips go right, upper body goes left. If you try to create this just with your upper body, you're super limited in your range of motion. So see if you can start with your feet, with your foundation. Breathe into your right waistline, the space between your right ribs. Nice, Marie-Claire. One more big breath. Awesome, Pam. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Let go and bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers here. Roll your shoulders back and down. Invitation for everybody today. Bend your elbows a lot. And then press your palms together like they're suction cups. Now imagine your elbows are magnetized. Squeeze them towards each other. Keep all of that. Imagine your fingers are super glued together and you're trying to just pull your fingers apart. See if you can reach your hands back. See if you can lift your heart up, puff up through your chest. Hug in with your inner thighs as you press your hips forward gently. One more big inhale. Good. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Keep your clasp all the way down into a forward fold. Hang out in your fold with your fingers interlaced for about 2 or 3 more rounds. If you're pressing your palms together still and that's too much, you can let that part go. Bend your knees a lot if you need to so that you can relax your neck. Feel your connection to center. Lift your butt up. Lift your knuckles up. Take one more big inhale. Nice job. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms hang. Give them a little shake out. Ujjayi. Reconnect if you've lost it. Inhale to your halfway lift. And then this time, plant your hands or your fingertips and like you're a 4-legged creature, very lightly, very gracefully, crawl your hands to the top of your space, plank position. So top of a push-up, knees can stay lifted or knees can come down to modify. Spread your fingers wide, push the ground away. Hips level with your shoulders in a yoga plank, level with your shoulders. Back of your neck nice and long. Breathe into your back body. See if you can take little baby rocks forward and back like you're sawing through a piece of wood. Yeah, nice, Marty. So strong belly, strong arms, even strong legs. Squeeze through your quads. One more inhale, little baby rock forward on tippy toes or knees come down. Exhale, lower just halfway and hold. Hold, 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 hold. Inhale, push back up, high plank. One more like that. Exhale, halfway down, strong arms, strong belly. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push back up. Very nice. Slow motion all the way down. Take a back bend of your choice. So lift your heart wherever you want to go. Maybe you gaze to one side, then the other. So take your time opening through your front body, feeling into that stretch through your front body. And whenever you're ready, downward facing dog. One more time, we'll take a few rounds of breath in our down dog. So if you want to move, if you want to explore, feel free. You can lift your legs. You can windshield wiper your heels. Maybe you even turn it into a turbo dog. So turbo dog, the only thing that would change is your arms. Bend your elbows a lot and squeeze them towards each other. It's almost like a dolphin pose, but your forearms are hovering above the ground. Big, deep breaths. Bend your knees, and as you bend your knees, lift your butt up. Yeah, that's it, perfect. Take one last big inhale into your down dog, friends. And this time, as you exhale, look to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift, inhale. Did you guys head massages today? Exhale, let it go. Roots through your feet and rise all the way up. Arms reach up, big stretch. And hands to heart center, reconnect to you. Inhale, arms reach up. This time, exhale, chair pose. So sit back, sit low. Bend your knees a lot. Weight is in your heels for now. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them. So feel the aliveness, the energy in your feet. As you sit back, see if you can keep your heart lifted. So focus on squeezing the bottom tips of your shoulder blades towards your spine. And rather than looking down, look forward. See if you can still feel a connection to your center as your butt sits back, navel to spine connection. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, the only thing that changes at first is our arms. Swing your arms back behind you. Keep your heart lifted. Bend your elbows, everybody, and imagine your elbows are magnetized. Try to squeeze them towards each other behind your back. Now, option to float up to tiptoes to challenge your balance. Yes. So up on your tiptoes, see if you can now lower in your legs, bend your knees a tiny bit more. One more round. So good. Heels on the ground, arcing Tadasana. So set your heels down, cactus your arms, lift your heart, bottom tips of shoulder blades, squeeze. Exhale. I like to bring my hands to third eye center, dive down, forward fold. Yes, butt sticks out as you dive. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, move through your vinyasa however you want to. So you can take some push-ups, you can skip it completely, you can take it on your knees, substitute cat-cows. See you back in downward facing dog. Big, spacious breaths. So if Ujjayi breath is something you haven't quite clicked with yet or hasn't quite clicked within your body yet, that's okay, but please stay curious about it. For me, it was the most transformational thing that happened in my yoga practice ever. So learning to use your breath to support you, to hold you, to guide you, so important. Stay curious. From your down dog, next inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And if you want to, go ahead and kind of explore. Open your hip, roll out your ankle. Maybe you even bend your knee and circle your knee around a few times. And then everybody square off your hips. So those of you that have a wall behind you, maybe you even press your right toes up into the wall. Use it as a little bit of leverage. So find length, strength, power from fingertips all the way up to your right foot. One more in-breath. Very nice. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Round your spine. Scoop out your belly. Push the ground away. Stay here as you breathe in. See if you can lift higher through your waistline. Lift onto your back, tippy toes. And then step through so softly, low lunge. Take your time to rise. Crescent lunge. So front knee over front ankle. High on the ball of your back foot. And energetically square your hips off by hugging in. So your front hip is energetically pulling back, back hip is pulling forward. Little tone in your belly to support your low back. So as you draw navel to spine, you feel the support and the length that that offers your low back. Keep your heart lifted, maybe gaze up. Take one more inhale here, friends. And then as you exhale, beggar's bowl. I haven't taught this pose in a long time. Bring your hands to a little cup in front of you. Bend your back knee to a hover, or if you want to, you can set your back knee down gently. So you've got your little cup. Come back to that thing we thought about at the beginning of class. That part of yourself maybe you don't love so much. Hold it here. Breathe into it here. Soften around it here. Feel it. Let it have space. One more round as you gaze down into your little cup. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Arms reach up, straighten both of your legs. So if you can't even straighten your front leg and squeeze your front thigh. Yes, exhale, hands come down. Low lunge once again. And then from your low lunge, root into your right foot. Standing splits, float your left leg to the sky. So you absolutely can open your hips if it feels better. You can keep them square if you'd rather. Neither one is right or wrong. They're different ways of working the pose. Wherever you go, see if you can find your center. Use your core strength to lift you out of your right leg. If possible, relax your neck just like you would in a forward fold. If you want, you can play with balance, right arm behind right leg. Or maybe you play with Shiva squats. Maybe you even play with handstand hops if you feel comfortable in the middle of the room. Good, everybody. One more big in-breath. Maybe lift your left leg a tiny bit higher to spread your toes. As you exhale, left knee to your nose. So curl in, hollow out. Stay balanced on your right foot. Inhale, re-extend, left leg high. And then exhale slowly and softly. Step your left foot to the back of your mat again. This time, warrior two. So back heel pivots down. Cartwheel your arms up, then rise. So right toes directly forward, left toes directly to the left. Front heel intersects your back arch or lines up with your back toes, whatever feels best in your body. But then see if you can really feel your front knee tracking open towards your pinky toe. So don't let it collapse inward. Nice, Trish. Next time you breathe in, friends, reach forward. So legs stay the same, but try to touch the front wall. Reach, 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 reach. When you can't reach anymore, only your arms have to change. Side angle, right arm towards the ground. Nice, Michelle. Left arm towards the sky. Or personally, I like to reach my left arm forward, bicep next to ear. Maybe you want to go for the half or the full bind. Maybe there's a variation you like yourself. So give it about 3 or 4 more rounds. Just be here in your pose. Nice, Mark. Feel your breath all the way down into your low belly, low back every time. Heart wants to look up. See if you can let it last round. From the press of your feet, inhale, reverse your warrior. So stay in your legs. Reach up, reach back. Deep bend in your knee. Track your knee towards your pinky toe. Breathe into your right side, right waistline. Space between your right ribs. One more big inhale. Good work. Cartwheel your hands down. Back to your low lunge. Listen here. Just step your back foot forward, forward fold. Good job, friends. Take a moment in your forward fold. Maybe bounce a little bit, pedal out your heels, whatever you like. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, bow, release. Press into your feet and rise all the way up. Arms to the sky, high mountain, pause. So check in with your posture. For me, usually I'm sticking my ribs out and my butt out behind me so I can kind of neutralize in that way. Some people tend to tuck their tailbone and do the opposite, kind of slouch forward. So see if you can feel into a more neutral pelvis and a more neutral spine for you. Root down firmly into your right foot and float your left knee up into space, standing step. So hug in with your inner thighs and flex through your left toes. Good. One more inhale here. You can stay if you want. Otherwise, exhale, twist to your left. So right hand might grab the outside of your left thigh. Left arm can reach back, or left hand can press into your sacrum, your low back. Gaze towards the left side of the room, or if you want more of a balance challenge, gaze back over your left shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. Stay connected to your center. That's what's going to help you balance. Active through your left toes. One more round. Awesome job, you guys. Playful with balance. Remember, it's just a practice. Back to standing step. Option to extend left leg if you haven't. And then as you exhale, just set your left foot down and kind of even out your weight. Dive down nice and easy. Forward fold. Good job. Lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands, feet back. Vinyasa, however you'd like, or skip it completely. So you back in downward facing dog. No rush. Back in your dog pose, big, deep Ujjayi breaths. Slowly, with awareness, take your left leg to the sky. Nice, Mariah. So feel free if you want to open it up, circle around, explore through your ankle, your toes. In next couple of rounds, square hips. Oh, no, DJ, no. Sorry, everyone. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly. Stay here as you breathe in, push the ground away, and exhale to step through ever so softly, low lunge. All right. Rise when you're ready, crescent. So crescent lunge, front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. If for whatever reason, crescent doesn't work for you and you want to take a warrior one instead, feel free. So please always listen to your body. Give yourself what you need. Front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. Low belly is toned to support low back. Heart is lifted. Maybe your gaze is lifted. And then be intentional even through your fingers. Spread them wide, or maybe you want to soften them today. One more in breath. Exhale, beggars bowl. So hands come into that little cup. Bend your back knee to a hover, or you can gently bring your back knee down. Come back to that part of yourself that needs a little more love. That part of yourself that's just waiting for your loving attention and awareness. Hold it, breathe into it. Slow and steady. Maybe you can get your back knee a little bit lower. One more round. Good work. Crescent lunge, reach up. Option to straighten your front leg. So both legs straight, strong, powerful. Exhale, hands to the earth. Nice job. Standing splits is next. So as you are ready, right leg floats up. Active and strong through your right leg and right toes. Good, Eric. You can do whatever you want. You can play with balance. Left arm behind left leg, hand behind ankle, forearm behind calf, elbow behind knee. Nice, Kirsten. Yeah, I see a couple of you opening up into a half moon. Go for it. Shiva squats, handstand hops. Be in your body. Be with your breath. One last big inhale. Exhale, curl in, right knee to your nose. So like you're doing a little crunch, balanced on your left foot. Inhale, re-extend, right leg high. And then slowly and ever so softly step your right foot back, set up your warrior two stance, and rise as you are ready. Nice tiff. So take a moment, settle in. Left toes face forward, right toes to the right. Your front knee, it's not falling in, it's not collapsing, it's tracking towards your pinky toe. Slow, steady breaths. Legs are going to stay the same, almost like you're sliding your rib cage forward. Start to reach forward, reach. And then when you can't reach any further, tip it over, side angle. Left hand towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Maybe right arm reaches forward, half or full bind. More than welcome. Heart wants to look up, so see if you can let it. Heart open, hips open, shoulders open. One last big deep breath. Awesome, Seishi. Inhale, reverse. So if possible, stay in your legs as you rise up, reach back. Lots of length through your left side. Bend your front knee, track it towards your pinky toe. Feel a connection to your center, navel to spine. Nice, Anthony. Soft face. One more big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, low lunge, and just step your back foot forward. Nice and easy, forward fold. Anything goes for a moment. Bounce around, buzz your lips, pedal it out. Inhale, excuse me, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet and take it all the way up. Arms reach up, high mountain. Pause in your high mountain, check in. So we already talked about our pelvic and spinal alignment. Now bring some awareness into your shoulders and your arms. See if you can turn your pinky fingers in towards each other and let your shoulders kind of soften down away from your ears a bit. Root down into left foot, float your right knee up for standing step. So hug in with your inner thighs to find your balance. That's what's gonna help you balance. Hug towards midline. If you wanna stay here, please feel free. Otherwise, one more inhale. Exhale, twist towards the window. So left hand outside of right knee or thigh. Right arm can reach back. Or sometimes I like to press my right hand into my low back. Use that as a little bit of leverage. Nice, Christina. Breathe down into your belly. If you want more of a balance challenge, gaze back over your right hand or your right shoulder. One last round. Nice work. Awesome, Sarah. Come back to center. Inhale. Option to extend right leg. And then exhale, just set your right foot down next to left, kind of even out your weight. Take it all the way down and fold. Lift halfway as you inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Move through your vinyasa. And find your way back in no rush at all into your downward facing dog. She's done. She does. She's going to. Okay. All right, my friend. So if you need a break, if you need a moment, maybe you want a child's pose, maybe you want a hero's pose, we will move through that entire flow now. So everything we just did, we're going to do it again 2 more times, but we'll go a little bit faster. So 1 breath, 1 movement. However, that does not mean we just speed through it as fast as we can. It means we move slowly and intentionally with our slow, intentional breaths. So if at any time you need to take a break or you want to go at your own pace, do your own thing, please feel free. If you are coming with me, downward facing dog. Take 1 more big inhale and push the ground away in your down dog. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, step or hop forward, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bow, refold. Root through your feet all the way up, arms reach up, stretch tall. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right, let's go. Inhale, arms up. Grab left wrist with right hand. Exhale, side body stretch to your right, hips go left. Through center, inhale. Other side, exhale, up and over. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So bend your knees, swing your arms back. Maybe you want to lift to your tiptoes. Inhale, arcing Tadasana, heels down. Cactus your arms, lift your heart. Hips of shoulder blades squeeze. And exhale, take your dive. Perhaps hands at third eye center as you dive down. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, move through your vinyasa. Mary Jo, you're amazing. Lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, down dog. All right, friends, inhale, right leg high, strong and powerful. Now use your strong core as you exhale. Step your right foot through softly. Inhale, rise to your crescent lunge. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, beggar's bowl. Bring your hands into your cup, back knee bends to a hover. Inhale, crescent, or option to extend front leg as well. Get super tall, strong. Exhale, hands to the earth. Standing splits, breathe in, left leg floats high. Crunch, left knee to your nose as you exhale. Get small, balancing on your right foot. And then re-extend, or if you want, you can play with a little hop. Exhale, step your left foot back, set up warrior two legs, and then inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Watch out for those hydro flasks. Exhale, reach forward, side angle, tip it over, empty out. Good job. Inhale, reverse. Stay in your legs, deep bend in your front knee, reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, forward fold, step your back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, rise. Arms reach up, left knee lifts. Exhale, twist to your left. Right hand outside of left knee or thigh, left arm back. Inhale, back to standing stop. Option to extend left if you have not already. Exhale, set your left foot down, even out your waist, stick your butt out, dive down, fold. Beautiful, everyone. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Ah. Lift your heart, breathe in. Nice, Heather. Lift your hips, breathe out. Use your breath. Inhale, left leg high. Slowly and softly, like you're stepping over something. Exhale, left foot through, low lunge. Rise with your inhale, crescent. Big breaths, powerful breaths. Exhale, beggar's bowl. Hands to your cup, back knee bends. All the way to empty, very nice. Back to crescent, option to extend front leg, squeeze front thigh. Good, and exhale, hands come down. Standing splits, float your right leg up like a one-legged forward fold. Exhale, knee to nose, so one-legged tiny little ball, get small. Ah. Inhale, get long, re-extend. And then slowly and softly, right foot steps back, set up your warrior two legs, and with your in-breath, rise. Warrior two, exhale, takes you to side angle, tip it over and empty all the way out. From the press of your feet, reverse, reach up, reach back, deep bend in your front knee. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and step forward, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, bow, let it go. Rise all the way up, arms up, right knee lifts. Exhale, twist towards the windows, left hand outside of right knee or thigh, right arm back. Back to standing staff, unwind, inhale, option to straighten right. Exhale, right foot down, even out your weight, take your dive. Yeah, so good, nice Liz, lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, however you want to take your vinyasa. Back to a down dog, or if you need a moment, give yourself a child's pose, grab a drink. Ah, feel your body, feel your breath. We're going to move through that entire sequence now one more time. This time, I'm going to add in a few fun changes. You're going to love them. So just like always, stay present, listen to my cues. They are invitations, so take what works and leave the rest behind. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space, step or float, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet all the way up, rise, big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Okie dokie, here we go, last time through. Inhale, reach up. You want to switch up your side body stretch, make it your own, feel free. To your right, exhale. Through center, inhale. Other side with your exhalation, up and over. Back to center, breathe in. Chair, plane, or drinking bird. Maybe float up to tiptoes. Yes. Arcing Tadasana, heels down. Cactus your arms. Lift your heart. Hands to your third eye center as you take your dive. Stick your butt out. Lead with your heart. Forward fold. Nice, Laura. Lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands. Feet back. Chaturanga. Lower slowly. Inhale. Peel your heart open. Shoulders back and down. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Okay, listen here. Inhale, right leg high. You can hold or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Push the ground away as you come forward. Yes, inhale, back up, lengthen. Right knee, right armpit. Aim as high as you can on your arm. Inhale, back up, lengthen. Now everybody, exhale, knee to your nose. Step forward softly. Inhale, crescent lunge, slowly rise. Exhale, beggar's bowl, hands into your little cup, back knee bends to a hover. Inhale, back to crescent, option to extend front leg, reach up high. Exhale, hands come down. Standing splits, left leg floats high. Exhale, knee to your nose, like a little crunch, tiny little ball on your right foot. Inhale, re-extend. You can take a little hop if you want. And then exhale, left foot back, set up your warrior two legs, and with your inhale, rise. Good job, nice, Kelly. Exhale, side angle. We're gonna pause here, inside angle, friends. You can absolutely stay right here, work this pose any way you want, or option to turn it into either triangle or balancing half moon. So if you want to, you might work your front leg towards straight, or you might float your back foot off the ground. Wherever you choose to be, make sure you're breathing, big and spacious. If you fall over and land on someone, see if you can be playful and compassionate with yourself, with each other. Take one more deep breath. Wherever you're at, feel it all. Land in a warrior two stance. So everybody come back, Virabhadrasana 2. Take a moment to settle back in. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and step forward, forward, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet and all the way up, arms reach up, lift your left knee up. Exhale, twist to the left. We will pause this time. Option to turn it into your full revolved hand to big toe pose if you want to. So you can grab your left foot with your right hand and extend your left leg forward only as much as you can without rounding your spine. Hug in with your inner thighs, breathe down to your belly. Broaden through shoulders and collarbones, wherever you're at. One last breath. Nice, Laura. Both Lauras. Slowly unwind. Arms reach up. Maybe you extend your left leg if you didn't already. And then exhale, set your left foot down. Dive down into your fold. We're going to pause here for a second, you guys. Take your left foot and step it behind your right heel like you're on a balance beam. Yeah, good. So primarily focus on your back foot. Put most of your weight there. And see if you can walk your hands over to the right side of your mat a little bit. Pull your left hip back. Breathe up your left side. Breathe down the back of your left leg. Good job. End of your next exhale. Walk your hands back to center. Switch your legs. So step your right toes behind your left heel. It's just like you're kind of walking backwards a little bit on your mat. Yep. And then same thing. Walk your hands now over to the left edge of your mat. Pull your hips back to the right. I should say pull your right hip back primarily. Let your face soften. Let your forehead, your jaw relax. One more round on this side. Good job, friends. Come back to center. See if you can take a halfway lift while you stand on your balance beam. Inhale, it's a balance challenge. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa your way. See you back in downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Hold here or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, three-legged, stretch it out. Exhale, left to left. Use your breath, push the ground away. Inhale, back up. And then last one, everyone, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step forward softly. Crescent rise, inhale. Exhale, beggar's bowl, hands to your little cup, back knee bends to a hover. Focus in. Inhale, re-extend, option to extend front leg, squeeze your front thigh. Hands to the earth with your exhale. Standing splits, right leg floats high, breathe in. Active through your toes, tiny little ball balanced on your left foot, so curl in, crunch all the way to empty, knee to your nose, and then re-extend, elongate, lengthen. Exhale, step right foot back, warrior two, stance in your legs, and then rise as you inhale. Good job. Exhale, side angle, and this is where we will take a moment. Anything goes on this side, stay where you're at and work your pose here, or triangle, half moon, up to you. Wherever you choose to go, remember it's just a practice. You don't have to be perfect. If you fall, if you feel like you're not doing it right, let go of that. That's all in your head. It's your story. Just feel your body, play, feel your breath, connect. One more round, wherever you are at. So good. See if you can come back to a warrior two softly if you're balancing. Take a moment to settle back in. Good. Nice, Eric. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up, reach back, lengthen your left side. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the earth and step forward, forward fold. Nice and easy. Lift halfway, long through your spine. Breathe in. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet and take it up. All the way up. Arms reach up and right knee lifts up. Exhale, twist towards the windows. Pause. Option to move into your full revolve hand to big toe pose if you want to. So if you can grab hold of your foot, go for it. And then extend only as far as you can without rounding your spine. Nice, Natalia. Stay connected to your center. Broaden through shoulders and collarbones. One more breath. Amazing. See if you can stay balanced. Unwind, standing staff. Extend right leg if you haven't already. And then exhale, right foot down. Even out your weight all the way down. Forward fold. We're going to do the same thing we did before. I checked in and some of you had your feet really far apart. So step your right foot behind your left heel. So your toes are touching the back of your heel. Toes touching the back of your heel. Yes. Now from here, left foot is behind. Walk your hands over to the right again. More weight in left foot, more weight on your back foot. So if you need to bend your front knee or come up to your front tiptoes, that's okay. Try to relax your neck. If you've got a block and you want to use it under your hands to bring the ground closer to you, do so. See if you can breathe even bigger. All the way to emptiness, and your emptiness is where you go a little bit further. Relax, soften around your heart edges. Switch to the other side as you're ready. So come through center and you'll switch your legs, your feet, and then walk your hands to the other side. So remember, tips of your toes are touching the back of your heel. Yeah, try to relax your neck. Try not to strain through your face. Breathe into right side. Breathe down right leg. Good. Back to center whenever you're ready. See if you can keep your legs on your balance beam just a little bit longer. So a little balance challenge as you lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to plank. Pause in plank, you guys. Listen here. I love you so much and you're so strong. Lower down to your forearms, forearm plank. You got this. Elbows under your shoulders, forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, and especially press into thumbs and index. Or if that feels like a bit too much, maybe make a tripod with your hands. Gaze down, back of your neck long, navel to spine, hips level with shoulders. So feel that connection to your center. Breathe into your back body. Feel your strong shoulders, strong arms. Imagine that invisible rope attached to your belly button. It starts to pull straight up towards the ceiling. Walk your toes towards your elbows. Lift your hips up, dolphin pose. So hips as high as they will go. Maybe you bend your knees a ton. I always bend my knees a lot in dolphin. But maybe you're on the balls of your feet. Maybe you're on your tiptoes. Yes. See if you can use your core to lift you out of your shoulders. Lift, lift, lift. Hug in with your upper arms and press down through the belly of your forearms. If there's any way you want to explore, feel free. See if you can take just 2 more huge breaths. 2 breaths. You can do anything for 2 breaths. Open your mouth and sigh it out if you need to. Good job, everybody. When you're ready, just let it all go. Come down and rest. Child's, embryo, puppy. Let your shoulders relax now. Mary Jo's got the busiest spot in the house today. Yeah, it's a good thing you're a good sport. Thank you. All right, friends. So just feeling whatever there is to feel flowing through. Just coming back to sensation, pulsation, even impulses. There's always the impulse, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. To want to go somewhere else or want to figure something out in our heads. See if you can just stay in your body. Just be in your body, just be with your breath. In your next couple rounds, friends, however you want to get there, downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And exhale, step your right foot through. You're in a low lunge. And then this time, stay low and just add a twist. So left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. Revolve lunge. You can choose to stay here in your revolve lunge, or here's your option. You might need to step your back foot in a little bit, but moving into a variation of revolve triangle, start to extend your front leg. So you want to lift your right butt cheek up, 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 and press it back, back, back. Extend. You're still on the ball of your back foot. If you want to bring your back heel down, that's fine. But see if you can feel the squeeze in your inner thighs and the twist that comes from your center. Awesome, Trace. Open through the right side of your heart. Nice, Rachel. One more full round. Straighten your front leg a little bit more. Lift your right butt cheek a little bit more. Press your right thigh back. And then release. We're gonna take it all the way into a wide-legged straddle position. I know this is a tough one when we're packed in, so you might need to move just a little bit around, but hopefully you can make it work, or you really like your neighbor. So hang out in your wide-legged straddle position, you guys, just for about 5 to 7 rounds, anywhere you wanna go. So maybe that's just right where you're at. Maybe you're already there. Just breathe and feel. Maybe there's some way you wanna get curious. Big, deep breaths wherever you've chosen to be. Good, everybody. If you do not already have your fingertips on the ground, start to bring them back to the ground. And then slowly begin to crawl your hands to the top of your space. So you're back to your low lunge. And then from your low lunge, once again, just step forward, forward fold. In your forward fold, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. Toes might pivot out, heels in, come down into a low yogi squat. So if at all possible, heels stay down as your butt comes down towards the ground, elbows at inner knees or inner thighs. And if your tendency is to just kind of round your back, imagine you're like a turtle coming out of its shell. So lift through the crown of your head, broaden through the fronts of your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Yeah, if you need to lift your heels, that's okay. It might help to widen your feet a little bit. Breathe down into your pelvis. Breathe down into your hips, your groin, your inner thighs. One last round. And then from here, friends, listen. Plant your hands. You can play either with crow if you feel so inclined, or you can just step back, plank, move through your vinyasa, however you want to get back to down dog. So crow pose, play for about 3 to 5 rounds if you want it, no pressure. Then downward facing dog is your eventual destination. Like that bass over there, Eric. All right, once you're in your down dog, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, so they're nice and wide. And you might walk your feet in just a teeny tiny bit, but make sure the foundation of this pose is still your hands. Connect to your center, and that's what's gonna help you here. Take your right hand back to grab the outside of your left ankle. Right hand outside of left ankle. If that's too much, you can grab the back of your calf or the back of your knee. Keep lifting your hips, using the strength in your core. Stay rooted firmly through your left hand, strong through your left shoulder. Maybe gaze underneath your left armpit. Use your hand against your ankle to work a twist with gentle leverage. Couple more deep breaths. Good job. And then come back to a downward facing dog. Just walk it out for a moment. Adjust your stance. Inhale, rock yourself forward to plank or modified plank. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, just a baby cobra. Baby cobra, stay low. And then see if you can keep your heart lifted, float your hands up, reach your hands back. Don't float your feet up. Keep the tops of your feet, your shoelaces pressing down. See if you can spread your toes and press your toenails down. Press your pelvis down. Now bend your elbows, you guys, and squeeze your elbows towards each other like they're magnetized. Lift, lift, lift. Take one more inhale. Yay! Let it go. In your own time, in your own way. Next few breaths, down dog. So you can stay here, maybe windshield wiper your shins. Maybe just rock your hips a little bit from side to side. You can move through a regular vinyasa if you want to. Eventually see you in down dog. All right, and then back in your down dog, friends. Ujjayi breath. Use your breath. Your body's tired, your muscles are fatigued, but your breath is brand new. Use it to hold and support you. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to the top of your space, softly, slowly. Revolve lunge. So stay in that lunge and just twist. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. You can absolutely stay in your revolve lunge or start to transition into your revolve triangle. So again, your back foot might need to step forward a little bit, but see if you can stay on your back toes if possible. It's a different way of being in it. Pull your left butt cheek back and up. Yes, nice, Liz. Twist from your center, broaden through your collarbones, open through the left side of your heart, reach up higher. See if there's any more space you can find inside. One last round. Straighten your front leg, twist, 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 and then let it go. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your mat, wide-legged straddle, making any adjustments you need to, or tell your neighbor hello. And then same thing, anything you want to do for about 5 rounds of breath or so. It can be what you did on the other side. It can be something completely different than what you did on the other side. Stay here. So practice of yoga, yes, we're going through all these movements and poses. They challenge us. They make us uncomfortable. But that's just the surface. What we're really doing is learning to just be in our body. Learning to stay present, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable. Learning to come back over and over again, even when there's something more interesting that our mind would like to be doing. It's so valuable to just be with yourself and go slow with yourself. Take one more round. If your fingertips aren't already there, bring them to the earth and start to crawl your hands to the top of your space. So back to a low lunge. And then from low lunge, again, just step both feet to the top of your mat. So back foot comes forward and come back into your low yogi squat. Widen your stance, toes wider than heels. And this time, only if you want to make it a little more challenging, you can try reaching your arms up and bringing your hands together, steepling your index fingers with your arms. Imagine you're trying to press back with your chest. Try to press forward. Yeah, heels down, breathe down into your hips, your pelvic bowl. Soften your face. Some people, this position is so natural for. If you're like me, this is like so uncomfortable. I hate it so much. Just be with that. Breathe into it, soften around it. Last couple rounds. Awesome, Kathy. And then when you're ready, same as before, same options. You can play with a crow again. Maybe there's another arm balance you want to work with for a moment, but eventually we'll see you back. This time you choose child's pose or down dog. I'll leave it up to you. Those of you who are in child's pose, give yourself a moment just to find grounding. Not so fast, Mary Jo, we got another one. So child's posers, couple more grounding breaths. And then everyone downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Gently bring your body down. So most of you, it looks like, know what you're doing here. If you want to take this on your back or in a seat instead, please feel free. Everybody try to get your right knee closer to the outer right edge of your mat rather than midline. So that will help get the external rotation. Nice, Erin. And then right butt cheek, just like all those other poses, we want to draw our right butt cheek back energetically as we fold. Big, deep breaths. Good awareness, you guys. Love it. Take about 5 more. Sigh out your mouth anytime. So that big open mouth sigh, there's too much. There's too much sensation. It's too intense. Give it somewhere to go. Very nice, everyone. Beautiful practice. I'm just going to say in your next couple rounds or so on your own, however you want to get there, start your own transition back to down dog. So if you want to take it into a 3-legged dog, give your right leg a nice shake out. If you can find space around you and you want to flip your dog as a counter pose, feel free. There are ways, I think, if you want to. And then eventually everybody just down dog. So you can move through a vinyasa on your own. You might take some cat-cows. Anything that would feel good. And then downward facing dog, just walk it out. Notice right side versus left side, right leg, right hip versus left leg, left hip. Reconnect to your breath. Inhale, left leg to the sky. And then pigeon pose, left shin forward, gently come down. Again, feel free to take it in a seat or on your back if it will serve you better there. My invitation, especially if you are somebody that can naturally just let your left butt cheek sit down on the ground, try not to let it sit on the ground. Keep it hovering above. So pull your left hip back and up. Imagine there's a rope attached to your left butt cheek. Even as you're bowing forward, it's pulling back and up. And use your big, deep breaths. Soften. So we're using our breath to tell our body, I know you're uncomfortable. I know you don't want to be here, maybe, I don't know. But I got you. I'm holding you. So relationship with our bodies, many of us don't have much of one. The only way to create one is just like we create a relationship with another human being, slowly, consistently, over time. So you show up to one yoga class and you think it's going to change your life? Probably not. If you keep practicing over and over, showing up over and over, slowly that relationship with your body starts to form. Slowly your body starts to talk to you because it realizes you're listening. So patience with yourself, with your practice, with where you are at. Humans are not meant for big, huge change in one instant. Small changes over time. In your next few rounds, I'm just going to leave it up to you, so no rush. But when you feel personally pretty much even on both sides, find your way back to one final down dog. And if you're on your back and you'd rather wait for us there, just take some neutralizing movement on your back. So maybe you want one last vinyasa. Maybe you want to just rest in child's pose instead. And once you're back in down dog, friends, just take a moment to feel all that length, all that space inside of you. If you're in dog pose, last couple rounds, push the ground away, feel the length in your spine and your side bodies, maybe more length in the backs of your legs now. Oh, do you know what I forgot? I realized some of you are probably sad. If you want it, we didn't do our little left hand to right ankle in down dog. So if you want it and you're like, oh no, I'm uneven, then come back and do it for like 3 breaths. Left hand to the outside of right ankle. I'm so sorry. Maybe some of you are like, no, thank you. That was the worst. I'm not doing that again. So I'm just going to say, I know this is a little messy, but find your way in your next few breaths down onto your back. So if you're taking that pose left hand to right ankle, stay as long as you want. Maybe you want to move through one last vinyasa after that. Yeah, I love it. So no rush at all. Eventually lay down any direction so you can face your head to the back or to the front. You can get down onto your back however you want to. Once you're there, just like we did at the beginning of class, hug your knees in gently and just gently rock it out. Feet to the ground with knees bent, arms down by your sides. Let's set up for one last heart opener. I'm going to cue for bridge, but if a full back bend, upward facing bow is in your practice and you want to take it, please feel free. So if you're coming with me, bridge posers, feet hips width distance apart, all of your toes face forward. Your ankles and heels are pretty much straight down from your knees, arms by your sides. Exhale. Scoop your tailbone up. So pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and inhale, peel your spine up one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top of your bridge, you might kind of work your shoulders underneath you a little bit more and perhaps interlace your fingers underneath you. Maybe you want to take robot arms. If you come to my class often and you know that variation where we lift and lower just our butt, you might take that as well. So give yourself about 5 rounds in this heart opener. Feel the opening in the front of your heart, in the front of your abdominal area, like you're stretching your abdominal wall, and all the way down into the front of your hips. Imagine you're trying to reach your knees and your shins forward as you hug in with your inner thighs. Root down through heels and the inner edges of your feet especially. You might even pick up your toes and spread them. And I'm going to let you on your own come out of this, but see if you can do it slowly and mindfully when you are ready. I personally love reaching my arms straight up towards the ceiling and then slowly lowering down one vertebra at a time. So however you want to get out of it in your next couple of breaths or so. And then I know it's going to be a little tough with the space we have, but windshield wipers is where I'd like to go. So feet nice and wide, about mat width distance apart. And then take your knees a few times side to side. So just kind of be aware of what your neighbor's doing. Maybe you touch each other. It's not the worst thing in the world. When I don't have a lot of space around me for these, I like to grab opposite elbows up over my chest. And I take my elbows the opposite direction as my knees go. You can kind of pull your elbows the opposite way. You could also cactus your arms against the ground if you want. So see if you can really let your knees fall all the way over to one side. Work that top knee forward and down. Yeah. This is one of the most therapeutic movements, in my opinion, that you can do for your low back and your hips if you do it slowly and intentionally and pay attention. Once you've had enough, friends, I see some of you staying on one side for a few breaths. Love it. Awesome. Do whatever you'd like. Once you feel complete with this movement, happy baby pose. And in your happy baby, you might kind of rock a little bit side to side. You might extend one or both legs. And if there's anywhere else you want to go to complete your own practice today, Go ahead and give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths to move through whatever else you need, whatever else your body is calling for. And then as you feel ready, but please no rush, start your transition into your final relaxation. If anybody wants a bolster for their Shavasana and wants me to bring it to them, just raise your hand. If you feel like going and getting it yourself, totally fine. Anybody? Confiscated all your bolsters. I know, so rude of me. Just see one. Nobody else? Going back anyways. Okay. So as you come into your finishing pose, your final relaxation, just let your breath become effortless. Maybe you even want to give yourself one great, big, huge falling out breath. And come back, friends, to that part of yourself that we brought attention to at the beginning of our practice. Let it have space inside of you. Get more intimate, more connected to it before you try to push it away. It's impossible to get rid of something if we hate it and we don't want it. But if we can love that part of ourselves, accept that part of ourselves, somehow it just kind of lets go itself. It doesn't have so much power to hold on to us. So just let it have space. It just wants to be felt. And see if you can keep your awareness of that. But now I want you to invite in or think of a word, think of a feeling, an emotion that you want to invite in for your new year. Not something you want to accomplish, but something you want to feel, something you want to embody. And see if you can feel into that. What does it feel like in your body? What color is it? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it spacious? Is it constricted? Where do you feel it? And then get curious. Can you hold this? Can you stay connected to this? And also let that other part that we don't love so much, let it have space as well. Let these two energies kind of dance around inside. And maybe it's hard. Maybe we have to go back and forth between the two. That's okay. It's just an exercise in your curiosity. So for these last few moments, my friends, I'll play my bowls. And my invitation for you as I play is to let the sounds, let the vibrations really move energy through your body. Anything that's stuck, anything that you've been holding that's heavy, anything that's kind of out of tune, let the vibrations stir it up, bring it back into alignment for you inside. So if at any time it feels like way too much, it feels too intense, see if you can be with it just as you would be with an uncomfortable yoga pose. Big deep breaths and just soften. Take a deep breath in and let it go to soften. And slowly begin to move through fingers and toes. And please, no rush, but eventually find your way into a fetal position on either side. I'm just going to read to you as you rest in this nurturing pose for one last moment. This is by someone named Xana Keithley. As for me, as the clock strikes midnight and one year gives way to another, I will keep my feet on the ground and my eyes towards the sky, and I will place my hand on my beating heart. I will breathe, and it will be a new year, but there will be no new me, no lists of ideals that I wish I could be. It took a long time to get here, to learn how to love myself in this skin. And as I peel back the layers of everything I am not, I realize that I like the person I am. Me, just me. Imperfect and flawed, but beautiful and worthy of my own love. I will honor the journey that has brought me here today. I will find peace in my own being. I will not spend my entire life chasing my worthiness like it's always just right out of reach, because I know I can find it here, right here, in my body, in my breath. And as a new year comes, I have no grand resolutions, no bold proclamations about who I will become. No, all I have is this one sacred promise that no matter where this path takes me, I will never, ever withhold from myself my whole and complete love. Use your arms to guide yourself up to seated meditation, and we'll all close our practice here. So just sit facing forward towards me, towards the front of your mat. Bring your hands to your own heart, either prayer hands or one palm pressed on top of the other. Close your eyes. And one big collective Om together to end our 2023 symbolically. So even if it makes you feel a little uncomfortable, see if you can just let your voice move through you and express out of you. Don't worry about how you sound. Focus on how it feels. So start by exhaling all the way to emptiness. Breathe in your voice and open your mouth big and wide. Oh. Thank you all so much for being here. Namaste. Ooh, we did it, you guys. Proud of us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask on your way out. If there's a lot of new faces here, so if you have not been to the studio, please sign the waiver. There's a little QR code for a waiver that you're supposed to sign just one time, and then you'll be good to go. And then also, if you're not aware, it's a by donation cost, so just please donate on your way out if you haven't already. And have a wonderful New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, friends. You love Christina, huh? There is. Okay. Sometimes that happens when it's like really hot in here and cold out there. Okay, I'll tell. Thank you.
That reading you just did.
I'll just send it to you. You want me to just airdrop it to you? Do you have your airdrop on? See if you come up. No, you're not Laura. Probably this one. But that's it. Yep, there you go. Okay. You got it.
Hey.
Are you still on a week? Okay, you're like, you are. Okay, cool.
fun break because I'm in Mexico for a
Oh,
couple months,
awesome.
for January and February.
Fun.
So I'm like, I'm gonna
What part?
we're down in the Baja Peninsula.
Oh
driving,
yeah.
taking our
Oh my
dog,
God, that's
like
amazing.
pillow,
For a couple
like, yoga
months?
mat,
Couple
like,
months?
there, we have a house for 6 weeks.
Amazing.
Cerritos
Good
Beach,
for
like,
you.
So it's by
That's
Todos Santos, we get there, or just north of Cabo.
Okay, cool.
So,
Oh yeah, good for you.
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna do Katie's on like,
I'm
wow,
s-
so I'm
yes,
clear
do,
for ready to go.
please
Yes.
do.
That's like,
Have
Yeah.
you ever, I mean, not have you ever, but do you remember, bye Mads, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.